And welcome to all you budgeteers. This video presents credit card reconciliation and payment or partial payment options. We've seen how charged expenses can be carried forward to the next month or the month after. The goal now is to make sure your credit card statement reflects the charges you made and entered into Budget Buoy. One of the challenges of reconciliation is due to charges that are pending. That is, charges that are not yet posted to the balance at closing. If your closing date is the 3rd of the month and you charge something on the 2nd or 3rd, those charges might appear on the following month's statement because they haven't been posted. To bring Budget Buoy and the credit card statement to equal balance, modify the date of the pending charge to the first day of the next billing cycle and add pending as a note. If you carry a balance forward, there will probably be an interest charge at the end of the billing cycle. You can enter that interest estimate, which Budget Buoy computes using the average daily balance method, which you can see on the credit card charges entry screen. As with other estimates, enter the actual interest charge when you receive your credit card statement to bring the Budget Buoy and credit card statements to equal balance prior to payment. In researching billing cycles, I learned that there are credit cards which have a 28-day billing cycle, which results in 13 statements per year. At this time, Budget Buoy cannot track charges for this kind of billing cycle. In these situations, don't itemize charges and pay the credit card bill as if it were any routine expense. It's always best to pay credit cards in full to avoid interest, but that is not always possible. Your ending balance includes the total charge card balances for the budget period. If you can, calculate a credit card payment so the budget ending balance does not fall below your minimum balance. To view how that payment affects your budget in the current month, enter that payment estimate and return to the category Summary Display to view the results on the ending balance. You can try estimates until you're comfortable with your ending balance. Be sure to reestablish the full credit card balance prior to entering the payment by entering the charge entry screen and saving those entries. Credit card reconciliation is the first step in entering a payment. Enter a check number or other payment method, the date, and then click on the charges until the amount paid equals the amount due to complete reconciliation. Look for charges that you or anyone who is authorized to use the card did not make. If you happen to find an error, you should still reconcile the charge and then present your case for the error to the company in question so they can issue a credit in the next billing cycle. When paying a credit card balance in full, enter the amount and save the transaction. When a partial payment is saved, the Balance Forward screen appears. Save the Balance Forward transaction to create a Balance Forward entry on next month's credit card balance. Let's take a look at that. Be sure to save the charges with the Balance Forward amount to update next month's ending balance. To view the details of the average daily balance calculation, click anywhere within the frame of the calculation panel on the credit card charge entry screen. The left side of the average daily balance display shows credit card details from Table 922. The steps in the calculation are detailed below that. I think I got it right, but if there are any errors in those calculations, please let me know so I can correct them. To the right is the daily balance for the billing cycle. Seeing it in action, so to speak, presents possibilities for managing the interest charge by keeping a lower daily balance earlier in the billing cycle, either by earlier payments or delaying, when possible, large charges until later in the billing cycle. Having 2 or more cards with billing cycle end dates 14 days apart could be helpful. In this video's preview, I hinted at the possible odd behavior of charges towards the end of a billing cycle. It involves those pesky pending charges talked about earlier and how they might affect the average daily balance calculation. Look at the spreadsheet I used when I was proofing the calculation. The interest charged I needed to match from the credit card statement was $13.10 for the billing cycle from August 4th to September 3rd. 3 charges of $88.08, $400, and $11.41 were made on August 2nd, 2 days before the billing cycle end date. The charges for $88.08 and $400 were posted before closing and appeared on the statement for July 4th through August 3rd. The $11.41 charge was pending and showed up as the first charge, still dated August 2nd, for the August 4th through September 3rd billing cycle. Looking at the spreadsheet, you can see the dates for the billing cycle and the charges listed by amount, with a daily total when multiple charges are made. The payment column has 1 entry followed by 3 columns with the different calculations to try to reach $13.10. Here you can see the totals, and the calculation in column 6 has a total with 1 cent difference from the interest amount I am trying to match, so let's see how that was reached. The total of the 3 charges on August 2nd comes to $499.49. Notice that I had to include them beginning on August 2nd, which is in the previous billing cycle, in order to get close to the $13.10 total. Apparently, if one charge is pending, all charges for that day's daily balance are included, even if they were posted in the previous billing cycle. So perhaps the lesson here is, don't charge anything within 3 to 5 days of the end of the billing cycle, or risk having an extra bit of interest tacked on, especially if you have multiple charges and some of them are pending. So yeah, credit cards can be a whirlpool which can easily put your budget underwater. Maybe they can be managed better to help your overall bottom line. Wouldn't it be nice to track the total interest charged across all cards and watch it go down every month? Until next time, good luck with your budget.